you are free of Fontaine's control, then you can have your revenge. And we can keep my little ones out of his filthy hands.
Hello and welcome back to my Let's Challenge of BioShock in the last episode. Well, last episode was the episode. What an episode it was, talking about everything that's been going on so far. We had the grand sort of reveal of Fontaine as Atlas, and the fact of Atlas as Fontaine, I should probably say, and we have this continuation, this realization that everything that we've been doing has been part of his plan, part of this, you know, we've essentially just been a tool following his orders blindly, you know, unable to stop ourselves because of the genetic conditioning that he had imbued into us. And so now we're here. And now we're here in Olympus Heights, ready to make our way through and hopefully be able to wrest some, you know, actually go against Fontaine for the first time and actually sort of, you know, show him that we're not just going to sit back and allow him to do this, and actually take back some of our, I guess, almost humanity. Okay, so this first area, this isn't too bad if I remember correctly. We'll soon get to this is it's weird. I think this sort of section very much suffers from sort of being the section after that incredible one with Ryan and everything. I think it certainly suffers from that. I feel like if it wasn't like directly afterwards, there'd be so much more to sort of say about this sort of stuff. But... okay, so he's just a thugger. Lovely. Okay, so we've got a, is that a Rosie? It is a Rosie. Problems. We do have maxed out Rosie. Yes, we do. Oh, sure we do. Do we have maxed out Nitro? I don't think we do. No. Nitro Splice is one of the few research that we don't have maxed out. Now we do! Lovely. Okay, sweet. So, maxed out Nitro Splicer is really good. Beautiful. Still incredibly effective, that.
Quite a little monster Fontaine's dug up. When she does speak, which is almost never, her accent is thick and grating. Her hair is filthy and she seems to wear the same mustard same jumper day after day. But I've got to hand it to Frank. The Tenenbaum is the old-timer diamond in the rough. No formal training, no experience, but put her in front of a gene sequence and she's Mozart at the house chord.
And we also have cameras to do. There we go. So max out camera as well. We'll let that trigger as we do get a trophy called Research PhD, which I can only assume is essentially for maxing out all research, and with an area to spare too, which is lovely. And stop moving. Well, that's another alarm that I've actually set off. So I forgot that I didn't hack that. So yeah. We are rich as, you know, hell. So we can just afford to do this. Okay, so that's the path through to Apollo Square. We'll be heading through then soon. I'm really happy to get the research done, actually. That's not probably the one that just requires the most sort of attention to it, and it also means that next time we hit a gene bank, I can actually swap out all of the photography things that we've had, and just So yeah, I can swap out all of the photography bonus based tonics that we have and actually use them quite usefully. Anyway, so we need to talk. By which I mean you need to be targeted by that. Why do I have to bad time for me to reload. There we go. Okay, that went really poorly, but we killed the bouncer. Oh, sorry, the Rosie. We can rescue our... not sure what number that is. That must be... the 2 in the first one, then 3 everywhere else.
Adam improved every aspect of man except his
Must be getting pretty close to him.
Perhaps there is a plasmid that can grow the spirit. Perhaps in your DNA, the secret life. I've sent a little one with some goodies to help ease your burden.
Anyway, definitely need those. Like, we're rich enough that we can certainly afford it. Okay, so the gift once more will give us another. Yeah, so now obviously damage research is good, but we don't need photographer's eye at all. So we can now actually put on armor shell 2, which is great. I think that might have been one of the ones that we could buy from just also from these gatherer's gardens. So actually being able to sort of just get it naturally as opposed to needing to buy it is also very handy. So we have 300. We're going to take the health and Eve upgrades as always. But we should also take at least one of these tonics. So engineering 1 again, and we get maxed 1 track, another trophy. This trophy is essentially about maxing out one of your gene tonic tracks. So we can now, you know, obviously. So hacking turret spots and cameras is no point because we automatically hack all of them so straight away. So we'll just do the hacking safes essentially. So eventually we have all of these. We'll consider buying them once they're at their cheapest essentially. Again, there is a trophy for having every single tonic in the game, and that is probably one of the toughest trophies to get. Just because it's easy, obviously, just to miss them or whatever. There's a lot of specific paths that you need to take in certain cases. But we're in a very sort of solid position to actually achieve that, which is awesome. So, there we go, that's what we need. Put you there. Lovely. Heal me up. Okay, knowing that we will be coming back to this area to head through to Apollo... Sorry, yeah, Apollo Square, isn't it? As opposed to Mercury. No, I do not want to be wasting this. There is a way to deal with these guys. Stun them and then to headshot them. And hope that you get your ammo back, because if you do, it's like the perfect kill. Does not cost any ammo. And it's like, why on earth would I ever, you know, even like consider like buying the, getting the increased crossbow damage thing, because like my crossbow already one-shots virtually everything with a headshot, so I don't need it. Not yet, at least. Frag grenades, corpses.
I
really do need to shoot these guys. Like straight away, I mean. There's a crossbow, lovely. Some steel tip bolts. Some steel tip bolts, I should say. That is someone.
Come here now! Run! That's all you're kind to do, isn't it?
So, she can't be paralyzed because she's electrified. I think that's essentially how it works. It makes them a pain, the electric thuggish, but ultimately they'll always be tougher enemies than an enemy which needs to melee attack you. Ah, there's a U invent. Needed one of those for a while now. Just so we can buy something that requires kerosene. How are we getting in here? Through here? Let's get the pistol. Come on. There we go, lovely. Some ammo that we don't need, a corpse that we can't search, some health, some money, some more health. That's not all terrible.
I don't like this any more than you do, kid. But you gotta understand where I'm coming from. I got 12 years down here. Big investment. Man can't walk away from a long con like that.
So, kerosene. So, it looks like you can carry 50 of an item, essentially. Armor piercing auto rounds, exploding buff. I think I can definitely buy these. A few of those. Just a bunch of really high level ammo. So we might as well use that high level ammo. Give me some RPGs. Don't think I really ever use the RPGs. And we can also use the exploding buck. Okay, so that is a I'm greatly disappointed that that did not kill. What is even the point if you do not kill? It's satisfying to watch them just you know, go off after the enemies. That's good fun. It makes sense for us to actually just go back here. But yeah, we don't want to be moving too slowly through this area, just because again, your health is constantly being whittled down by Fontaine's control. And that has its problems. So there's obviously a camera. Buy you out. Bandages, nitro, corpse. No. Why more kerosene? We've just been trying to get rid of all the kerosene, and now the game's insisting on giving me more. You just want me to waste all my ammo, don't you? Anyway, okay, so what's going on here? Ah, okay, so we've got the second Rosie of this area.
I don't care where she's going.
With loads and loads of health, it must be said. A few doors to explore.
Why do I even
Yes. Okay, that's good. It does a lot of damage. Yeah, we'll just buy out that one. Lovely. Ooh, a weapon upgrade station. I like this. So, What can we do? Let's go with the machine gun damage increase. I could get another life by upgrading the could have got another life by upgrading something, but the crossbow, that is, for more damage. But again, not entirely necessary right now. And then we've got this, which will auto hack.
Welcome to the circus of values.
Okay, so I think we'll clear out this area before we worry too much about it. We can't, well, this is one of the few ones that we can't actually just enter the code for, which does naturally mean that we need to find it out. But first of all, we'll try, do we want to do everything on the lower floor beforehand or not?
Little nothing.
Thank you. Showcasing, lovely. It's like you should do everything on each floor, surely. So let's start from the very top. Why not? Hello. Okay. I love the idea that, you know, security is against everyone except those who have money, in which case you can just, you know, pay the security to stop following you. Sounds like a very Andrew Ryan thing, to be honest. Okay. Maybe it's completely opposite of Andrew Ryan, who knows. Anyway, we will climb up and... Oh yeah, forgot that we still haven't actually dealt with that. Now we have. Lovely. Some film. So it looks like we're sort of locked out. We actually have to follow this round this particular way. Ah, it's just great when you get those quick fire shotgun blasts. Shotgun? I mean, crossbow bolts off. Okay, so what's going on here? We can definitely make our way through. I do. What's going on? This is the only reason I have to use you, pistol. Start doing your job and actually breaking these.
You come to my town?
Hello.
My town? That's real cute.
Oh, that's why I was the other side. Being an idiot. Okay, so let's start looking through. Jesus. That is a lot of bullets. Oh, hello. Lovely. So, what do we have in here? Looks just Like some bandages, some pepper. We might stop after we just do this top floor. We'll see how much we can do of the top floor. It's just that I don't, you know, don't want these episodes to overrun. I feel like I'm not making that fast progress. Maybe the top 2 floors. Let's work our way through those 2, and then because I'm pretty sure the bottom floor is where we actually need to be. If I remember correctly, once we do that, we'll get sent to the next section. And so you can see here is where obviously that Spicer was throwing stuff down at us. That was a terrible, terrible shot. That was a much better shot. Corpses. Just one of those few ones which just has nothing. It's always a slightly disappointing, you know, when you just end up going to an area and ultimately there's just nothing there. Nothing of true interest. No audio diaries, no anything. Where even are we? We're up here. And it doesn't, yeah, there's just nothing here, so, drop down. Keep moving around. Another U-invent. We lose some health. That's what we want.
But business is business. Don't let it get you down. Won't make a difference when this whole place is fish food.
Looks like things have gone busto between Fontaine and his little German hole. Why a guy like Fontaine would waste his time with that spooky crowd when he could be getting the gravy from any dish he chooses is beyond the understanding of this paparazzi. Even reset the door code to 5744. Maybe to be double sure that beanpole don't sprout up in his yard again.
That's quite a little monster Fontaine's dug up. When she does speak, which is almost a never, her accent is thick and grating.
Okay, so unfortunately we redo this Suchong one, but what's interesting obviously is there we finally got the key to going up into Fontaine's place. By listening to that paparazzo and his reveals. What else is there in this particular apartment? House and TV. It looks like all of the splices around this area largely have this electrocuted form. Which is a little worrying. Because it just means that, you know, you can't do the classic thing is, you know, you've been taught almost from the start with, you know, Atlas and all that sort of stuff, that you can shock the enemies, that makes them bolt upright, and then you can,
Torn apart by Fontaine and his king. Why? But I am sure there is answer in Suchong's flat. You will not believe me, but there was a time when this was all so beautiful.
so we find out that this is in fact Tenenbaum's flat. And if we descend down to here, we hit the lower floor, which has a safe and a turret, it seems. We'll just hack the safe. We have things that should make safe hacking easier. See how true that is. There isn't one, is there? Nope. Ah, man. Oh, buyout. Sorry. Yes. So obviously I electrocuted myself though, which is why we took damage, but yeah. There's more than enough sort of health around here. I think, you know, we should be able to just go back upstairs and grab those first aid kits and stuff like that, and then we'll start making our way once more down the floors, and this is sort of starting, you start to see how much our health is sort of hurting relative to our Eve. Now you see, you know, we're really actually quite a lot lower than we were. And as you can, so the door is locked from this side. That's why. Can we break the lock? Yes, we can. Okay. Okay, she's just gonna go attack the turret, which is fine by me, fine by me. I'm pretty sure we just destroyed one of the things around here, so. Grab an Eve Hyper. All the corpses. Headshot. Not entirely sure what's going on there, but got another safe that we can safely hack. It's less than stellar loot, but you could tell just because it was a much cheaper one than usual. Do we have anything interesting? Steel screw by the there. Napalm. It always seems good positioning, you know, the napalm by the stove, nice and, you know, standard. So you want that. Is there anything else in here? I don't think so, but we'll just check. I don't mean to just pull them into me, but... there you go, so... some film, camera, and an Eve Hypo. Did you want it? Okay, cool. I think that's everything in this abandoned apartment. All the interesting apartments, it seems, tend to be actually, you know, with people. You know, people that actually matter in terms of the story, so... So we'll just quickly hack here. Okie dokie, so across. You can imagine how hard these hacks would be if we didn't have all of the tonics that are making, you know, we have maxed out engineering tonics, and yet still these hacks are pretty difficult, so it says a lot. Sort of for how the game is currently playing its difficulty. I think that's our spider splicer just walking along. Oh, it might just be the Big Daddy sort of traipsing about. Yeah, so we've been in there. I think this is the last area of this episode, unless this is Tenenbaum's. No, we've already done Tenenbaum's door. So this might just be Tenenbaum's apartment. It is. The leadhead that died at 5. So, all that's left to do now is the bottom floor. I think we will go into Suchong's at least and sort of get that done. So, that's through here into Suchong's apartment.
That Tenenbaum ain't what you think. Florence Nightingale, huh? That'll all come crashing down before you can say canned tomatoes. I've seen good bunco, and I've seen great bunco. But when you waltz through Rapture and World War II without even a scratch, you got more than leprechauns watching over you.
Okay, so what's this one?
All those years we thought we were play whatever tune Fontaine wants to hear.
So there you go. You see that just how easy it became with the advent of Adam and all this for people like Su Chong to be able to, you know, manipulate well, me in many ways. You know, this character, your character. That's what it is. You know, it's actually your character, which I think is, you know, the touch of genius about it. So. A clever inventor. So U-stations, you now need fewer raw materials to make what you want. That's actually really good. So we'll get rid of alarm expert.
Fontaine to become some kind of boogeyman rapture. That myth gives him power. But peel back flim flam and a humbug, he's just another con man. And like all con men, he worries he'll end up on the wrong side of grief. That's why he commissioned a lot of 192. The antidote to the mental control plasmid. Fontaine said I better not tell anybody about the antidote. Not even Tenenbaum. And Su Chong is inclined to listen.
Always secrets when with Su Chong, always secrets. He must have this lot 192 in his labs near Apollo Square. I once stole a dose and brought it to my flat on the second floor. But those apes would have taken it back to Fontaine's penthouse upstairs. I never knew what Lot 192 was for, but Su Chong was doing something in secret. On this I keep my eye.
Okay, so that guy randomly sets up a nice little whatchamacallit.
Otherwise, held to by the first security bot you crossed paths with. But not Ryan. He made it so his security would recognize his genetic structure. With half his genes, you ain't immune, but you got just enough to throw them metallic mooks off their game.
So yeah, no, that guy just setting up the missile turret there. That's actually going to be very handy for us, the missile turret. This is the home of Bridget Tenenbaum, where there is actually the Big Daddy. We won't worry with the Big Daddy yet. Like, the Big Daddy will become far more useful to us when we got him downstairs around all of that security now. The question is where is this? She did say there was lot 192 in her house, didn't she? Was I wrong? I think I'm wrong. So let's just have a look. So that looks like we need to go up the central elevator to get into Fontaine's place. Okay, cool. Well, in that case, I think what we'll do... I know I said that we were going to finish earlier. Screw it. I'm having way too much fun. We're just going to finish off this bottom area. Because, I mean, why the hell not? We've just done Su Chong's place, which is there. We've got... I think Anna Culpepper is this one. It is, home of Anna Culpepper. So obviously, she was the songstress with whom Cohen was having the big feud. So we'll see what that. There we go. So there you see sort of like the follow-on from Sullivan not wanting to finish off Culpepper. And we see her just here in the bar. Can only assume that is Culpepper, I'm pretty sure. So what else do we have here? Everything seems to be flooding. Not a good sign when you're underwater. Yeah, inefficient, but... So that's Culpepper's apartment, and now I think all we've got to do is this one before we then go up. Oh, this is Santa Cohen's, so no, we'll wait. We'll leave Santa Cohen's for the next episode. So I hope you have enjoyed this episode, and I hope you'll join me on the next, where we'll be finishing off, hopefully, this first little section and making our way over to the next section, which is... yeah, we're going to make our way over to Apollo Square after this. So, hope you enjoyed this episode. Hope you'll join me on the next.